So today I am talking about the Gemini woman and how to get with one. Finally. So a Gemini woman's birthday falls anywhere between May 21st and June 20th. Their symbol is the twins, their quality is mutable, and their element is air. So this is a woman where you're gonna not just get one girl, but you're gonna get 2, 3, 4, or 5 of them, if that makes any sense. So this is the sign of the twins, but you can expect more than 2 dominant personality traits to be present. And I'm not saying, like, this girl is gonna be, having, like, multiple personality disorder. She's just gonna definitely have, like, different faces that she shows. And one day she'll seem one way, and the next you'll be surprised because she seems totally different. So again, the Gemini woman will always surprise you. The Gemini woman is no stranger to change and actually kind of needs it to remain entertained in her life. This girl is really quite difficult to get to settle down, so you should be prepared for some unexpected, rather startling moves on her part. Her thoughts are always flying, and she really has like this undercurrent of nervous energy just coursing through her. She might come across as anxious and jittery and will usually be quite the chatterbox. Gemini women thrive off of communication. They're ruled by Mercury, and they really are attracted to somebody that they can get into a long, intelligent conversation with. Intellectual conversation with them and somebody else is like a huge turn on to them, whether it be in a friendship or in a romantic relationship. A Gemini woman is usually typically down to try anything. She's open to trying new things. Gemini women tend to be very happy when they're active. And they like enjoying new activities because they'll feel like they're broadening their intelligence through different experiences. This woman will tend to be hopeful and will typically have many dreams that she wants to accomplish. She may have really high expectations for herself, which is okay if she's able to meet them, but if she isn't meeting them, she'll start to feel really overwhelmed and stuck, and it will kind of really bring her down. And like I said before, Gemini women, might come across as anxious because they are prone to anxiety, and feeling this way, is going to make it worse, and setting all these expectations and then being hard on themselves when they don't work out is obviously, it's going to make the anxiety that they are prone to experience worse. Gemini women are very social. They are often referred to as the social butterflies of the zodiac. And they'll probably have friends everywhere, but typically you won't find that they have like one really close best friend. She'll probably want one, but it's hard for her to maintain that type of a relationship because she finds it hard to settle down. Gemini women don't typically like being binded. They're always searching for new things, and like I said, she doesn't like being tied down. And yes, she wants that friendship with somebody, but it's really hard for her to actually commit to. So I said she'll have friends everywhere. She'll definitely have friends from all walks of life, and some of them will be pretty unexpected. Gemini women can be, kind of high-strung, and they don't always realize that they come across this way to people. You can often spot a Gemini woman in a group of people telling a story, like, that is probably filled with a lot of exaggeration, and, just really capturing the attention of people around her. Gemini women can be a little bit gossipy and are usually up to date with like new stories or like the news or like celebrity issues or like current trends. They're usually up to date with stuff like that. So I said before, they're ruled by Mercury, and communication is very important to them, so they really like to stay up to date and current with things that are going on in their lives and have to do with their lives, and even if they're not like directly connected to it, they like to feel like they know what is going on in the world around them. So they're probably going to be the type to like frequently Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, text you, call you, show up at your house. I was just kidding about that last one, hopefully, unless they're a dedicated Gemini woman. A lot of Gemini women like to have an outlet where they feel like they can express their feelings. Whether it's through extensive conversation with friends, writing, poetry, or even just texting somebody, this kind of way to vent is very important to them. They really do like to vent, and they're not typically the type to hold in their emotions. Sometimes a Gemini woman can feel like she's all over the place, and it's really a struggle for her to get her mind to just slow down and relax. Because of this, she can be prone to panic attacks and, of course, other anxiety-related issues. It's really important for a Gemini woman to put their focus into something that distracts them rather than putting all their focus on themselves. Having, a consuming type of hobby where they can really put all their energy into it is really helpful for a Gemini woman, so that way she's not putting all of her energy into bringing herself down or, creating anxiety for herself. So you want to know if a Gemini woman is into you. Well, honestly, sometimes this can be a pretty challenging question to answer. And this is especially so when you're dealing with a younger Gemini woman who maybe hasn't quite matured yet. In love, Gemini women really struggle to know what it is that they want. In fact, maybe they do know what they want, but it probably changes daily. As a Gemini woman gets older and more mature, this isn't going to be as much of a challenge for them, and they'll be able to really know more of what they want, but that feeling of not feeling, that feeling of being unsure is something that's always going to be present in a Gemini woman's life. They really need to feel a connection on every single level, and if even just one of those is missing, they can lose interest and just quickly move on, which I know seems harsh, but it's just the way that they are. And actually, I've said this before in other videos, just looking at the time over there, Gemini women might actually do a little bit better, especially when they're younger, in long-distance relationships, because there isn't that constant time spent with another person where they can pick up on things that they don't like about them. Gemini women tend to be attracted to somebody that is smart and puts, an enormous effort into chasing their dreams. They also like somebody who can be playful and has a lot of energy like they do. They definitely are the type of woman that needs space, and they're not going to cling to somebody and want to spend every second with another person. In love, they're also looking for a really deep friendship, a deep connection. And they'll be actually attracted to someone with a bit of an edge as long as this person is still, intelligent and witty. So here's some signs that a Gemini woman might like you. Number one is she gets really nervous around you, very flustered. She might fidget a lot, talk on and on and on. She'll be, pretty much rambling. Another thing that you could look for is if she's showing a lot of interest in your opinions and genuinely is listening to what you're saying. She'll want to talk to you about a lot of different topics, and if you find that this woman is making, the effort to have, really extensive conversations with you, and she seems to be liking what you're saying, then that's definitely a sign that she's interested. She'll probably have some similar interests as you because that will be something that she's attracted to. She'll want to share her hobbies with you and secretly hope that you find them interesting as well. If the woman is into writing, art, music, something like that, she'll probably share some of her, work with you if she's feeling interested in you. Definitely she will be staying in consistent contact with you, whether it's through text, email, phone calls, seeing you in person. And if she isn't doing this, it's probably not a good sign, because usually a Gemini woman will stay in consistent contact with somebody that they're interested in because they love that communication and connection. And lastly, if you don't feel like she seems distracted when you're spending time with her, that's definitely a sign that she's interested, because Gemini women can come across as a little bit easily distracted. They might be over here one second and talking about this the next and kind of just bouncing around with their energy mentally and physically. So if you feel like her focus is on you when you guys are together, then that is definitely a good sign that she might be interested in you. So that is a Gemini woman. I hope if you're interested in one, you are one, or you just know one that you wanted to hear a little bit more about, this video was helpful to you. I'm gonna definitely really try to get out the Taurus and Aries woman so I can just finish this up and then move on to some other fun stuff. I'm thinking about bringing back a video series that is a little bit controversial, and I can't say that word, but that's okay. But just doing the woman's side of it, so if you pay attention to my channel, you probably know what I'm talking about. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a good day or night.